You're listening to the International Moving Podcast, your guide to moving to another country, brought to you by SDC International Shipping, LA's finest. An international move is exciting. It's a time to start over, establish a new business maybe, reestablish family ties, or retire where your budget will do more for you. Please enjoy today's episode, and if you have any questions about your international move, give us a call at 888-779-3962. That's 888-779-3962. All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Jim for SDC International Shipping. Thanks for joining me for today's podcast episode. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're going to look into relocating to Romania. I have to admit, I didn't know very much about Romania before digging into the SDC archives and a few other sources to learn a little bit more about this country. Now, Romania happens to be one of the key trade and economic partners with the United States, along with other Balkan countries. And according to the ONRC, that measures trade between the U.S. and Romania, the amount has reached nearly $1 billion by early 2022. And currently, there are over 8,000 active American companies in Romania, with a total value of 1.2 billion euros in business as of 2021. So it's no surprise that more U.S. citizens are, for business purposes, maybe among others, choosing to make Romania their new home, whether it be for work, business opportunities, or other reasons. Now, when it comes to moving to Romania, of course, like any other location, you need to choose an international household mover that can ensure a smooth and successful transition. So here at SDC International Shipping, as you know, if you've listened to this podcast before, we specialize in efficiency and we specialize in securely shipping your household items and vehicles anywhere you want to go in the world, including Romania. Well, just about anywhere you want to go in the world. I don't think we ship anybody to the Antarctic. In fact, I don't think anybody except governments go there. But with our expertise and dedicated team, you can trust us to handle your move with the utmost care and professionalism. So to receive an accurate shipping cost estimate, all you have to do is visit our website at sdcinternationalshipping.com. Simply fill out the convenient quote form, or you can talk to one of our customer service representatives. We're available there to answer any questions and provide personalized assistance as you go throughout your moving process. So if you're going to move to Romania, you can enjoy a seamless experience if you choose SDC International Shipping as your household mover. So let's talk about some of the international transportation modes for shipping to Romania. So shipping household belongings internationally, of course, it requires some careful consideration because of the various factors that are involved. So SDC has a comprehensive service where a skilled logistics professional will determine the optimal shipping options that are available, the various transportation modes for your specific needs, and of course our goal at the end is to deliver your belongings to any location in the shortest time possible. So we have a robust logistics scheme that allows us to handle any type of complexity that may arise during the moving process. And that's why moving to Romania with us is easy and hassle-free. So we could start with air freight. For urgent shipments, we offer air freight services. And this option ensures the swift delivery of your personal effects. Now, depending on the volume of your goods, and this is why it's good to talk to somebody live, because there's always things that can be going on, whether to do with the weather or other issues like that we're not or that information I'm not aware of at the time of this recording. But depending on the volume of your goods, we will either ship them in a full container load, which is known as FCL, full container load, or less than a container load if you have smaller cargo. Now there's ocean freight. Ocean freight is a preferred option for many clients moving to Romania due to its affordability. And like air freight, we offer both full container load, FCL, or less than container load based upon the volume of your goods. So the shipping time frame in Romania is typically for ocean freight 4 weeks plus. And like I said, as of the time of this recording, of course, I'm recording this in January of 2024, it is possible that weather conditions may alter that. So, again, when it comes time for your specific move, then you can talk to a shipping specialist and they'll give you an idea of what's happening at that time. So, when shipping cargo and things like vehicles to Romania, the primary seaport we utilize is Constanta, and it's located on the west coast of the Black Sea. Constanta Port is the country's premier seaport. Now, we can look at other services that will help you move your personal belongings. So, packing, of course, is very important. If you don't want to pack your own items, your own household goods, we have a professional packing service available to you. It's convenient, it's practical, and it will carefully pack and secure your belongings to ensure their safe transit. Additionally, proper packing techniques are employed to protect extra fragile items, giving you peace of mind, including, if needed, special crating for special items and so on. Next is the pickup service. We offer a convenient pickup service from your home to one of our secure warehouses. Our dedicated team will handle the logistics, transportation, and the loading of your belongings, which will ensure a smooth transition, and customs documentation. Dealing with customs paperwork can absolutely be overwhelming, and that's why we'll also assist you with that. We have an experienced team that will guide you through the process and help you beforehand make sure that you've collected all the necessary documents required to import your cargo. So we stay up to date with the latest regulations to ensure compliance and a seamless clearance process. So with these different comprehensive services available to you to meet your specific needs, you can trust that we'll handle every aspect of your international move, from the packing and the pickup to the customs documentation. So, how to describe your goods for shipping? This is something that I wanted to talk about in the last episode, but didn't get around to. When shipping your belongings, it's important to provide a complete and accurate description for all of your goods. This information is essential for the accompanying documents, such as the bill of lading, and that includes all the details about your shipment, including the number of items, the value, the final destination. And so when we're talking about this, we're talking about furniture, including the material from which each piece of furniture is made. For example, whether it's made of wood, leather, or fabric. Appliances, things will be listed, such as the brand, the model, the serial number of each appliance being shipped. And this provides important information for customs clearance and tracking purposes. Some people aren't aware of how detailed this process actually is. And like everything else in the shipping process, we're here to help you do all of the above. And we can do all the above with SDC International Shipping. Kitchenware, you mentioned both the material and the type of kitchenware items that you're shipping. For example, if it's a stainless steel cookware, ceramic dinnerware, or glassware, all those things will be labeled. Interior items, this category encompasses various interior items such as rugs and curtains, lamps, and decorative items. So you want to have a brief description of each item to ensure accurate documentation. If we're talking about things like artwork, then when we're shipping artwork, we want to provide the name of the piece, the artist, the year it was created. All of this information is crucial for customs as well as insurance purposes. Excuse me. Next, we have clothing and shoes. You want to categorize clothing items by gender, such as men, women, and children, providing a general overview of the types of clothing being shipped. Similarly, you want to list shoes under their respective categories and provide an an estimated quantity. So this is just a simple guide of what the documentation would look like as you're describing the goods that you're shipping. Now, what types of household items can be shipped to Romania? TVs and monitors, number one, appliances and electronics, clothes, shoes, and home textiles, furniture and interior items, dishes and utensils, lamps and mirrors, sports equipment and fitness gear, musical instruments, bikes and scooters, gardening and construction tools, artwork, libraries, tools. And as we look at all of these, I'm just looking at a list, but we understand that when it comes to your items, they do hold value and importance to you. So as each of these items are being packed and handled, just be assured that the team doing all the above is very experienced in doing this type of packing and this type of handling of items, because we want to make sure that they arrive safely and securely at your new home. So, additionally, if you have owned these household items for at least 6 months, then there's no need to worry about paying duties and taxes upon importation. You can enjoy a seamless process as it will help you facilitate a smooth customs clearance of all of your belongings. Customs is a huge thing, and that's why, and you can understand why, especially with all the illegal activity that takes place in the world, why everything has to be documented. That way we know that, and they know whether things are coming into the United States, going out of the United States into other countries, that things aren't being stolen and shipped out of the country. So let's talk about a little bit briefly about moving a car to Romania. Moving a car to Romania is a straightforward process with some specific requirements to ensure compliance with EU technical regulations. So, for example, before shipping, you have to register your car under either Euro 3 or Euro 1, one of those two categories. And this classification is based on emission standards, and vehicles falling under Euro 1 may require a higher registration fee. Also, there's the customs clearance and documentation. When you're importing a car through customs, you need to be present during the clearance process and provide the following documents: title and registration, proof of insurance, license and plate certificates, your identification documents, and the engine and chassis numbers. And also in Romania, please note that these documents, they need to be the originals and not copies. So it's important to have original versions. Next, duties and VAT. When importing your car into Romania, you will be required to pay application duties and a value added tax, VAT, based on the vehicle's value. So we recommend when shipping vehicles internationally, container shipping. That means your vehicle is placed inside a container along with other belongings from your household for added protection during the transit. Types of vehicles that can be shipped to Romania: cars, vans, recreational vehicles, trailers, motorcycles, boats. So I think that covers it about with vehicles. Vehicles is just one of those things where you really have to think long and hard once you find out what the import fees are, if it's worth transporting the vehicle or not. If you have an antique car, of course, that's an additional consideration, or a very expensive vehicle. Whether or not you're going to be splitting your time between your destination country and back here in the United States, whether you hold some type of a dual citizenship, you get what I'm coming from. It all depends on the individual situation. Now let's talk about international moving insurance coverage. So when it comes to safeguarding your household items, your vehicles throughout the entire moving process, we offer that. Our insurance coverage extends to transportation by air and sea, and that gives you that extra peace of mind knowing that your belongings are protected from origin to destination. And so the terms of the insurance contract will be tailored to suit the nature and the volume of your shipment. So there's different types of risks. So, for example, there's the event of loss of damage to either part or the entire insured cargo. And there's different plans you can choose from. There's all risk insurance, there's named perils insurance, there's agreed value insurance. And so standard coverage includes losses that result from things like fire, explosion, lightning strikes, traffic accidents, cargo handling incidents, natural disasters, theft, robbery, and other risks. Matter of fact, a few of those I hadn't even considered until I actually read through the list of them. So the insurance contract can cover different periods. So from the loading until the completion of the unloading at the destination or any other specified insurance period, or temporary storage of cargo before and after and between stages of transportation can also be included in the insurance coverage. But by having all of these different types of insurance coverage available, you can buy what you need and what you're comfortable with. In other words, you don't have to spend a fortune. And if you're one of those people that really likes to overinsure just in case, that's available too. If you want the minimum, of course, that's available also. What are some of the considerations that people need to consider when moving to Romania? When you're planning a move to Romania, there are several important details that come immediately to mind. Number one is the size of the apartment that you'll be moving to, your home. Be aware that apartments in Romania are typically generally smaller in comparison with those in the US. So consider this when deciding what items you really want to bring, what items maybe you might want to sell, and how to arrange your belongings overall. That's one of the top priorities that people who've moved to Romania in the past, in hindsight, have talked about. Next, voltage differences. Romania uses different voltages than the US, so that has to be taken into account when bringing things like your appliances and electronics. While most American electronics will work in Romania, it's still recommended to check compatibility or use voltage converters when necessary. Additionally, make sure to bring adapters to accommodate all different types of plugs. Next is the value added tax, or VAT. Keep in mind that the VAT tax for new household items in Romania is 22%. Factor this into your budget if you plan to make a significant purchase or purchases for your new home. Next is the EORI number. To clear your shipment from customs, you will need an Economic Operations Registration and Identification Number, or the EORI number. Ensure that you've obtained this number before the clearance process. Next is the clearance process itself. It's necessary for you to be present in Romania during the clearance process. So make the appropriate arrangements to ensure that you're available during this time. Pet considerations is the last one. If you plan to bring a pet with you to Romania, ensure that it is properly vaccinated, has a valid health certificate, and can be identified with either a tattoo or microchip. Familiarize yourself with the additional requirements, of course, for importing pets into Romania to ensure a smooth transition with your furry companion. Also, how international moves are organized so that it's a hassle-free experience. Let me talk a little bit about this. So, at SDC International Shipping, we have a wide range of services that are available to ensure a hassle-free delivery for you, a seamless delivery of your goods. So you want to select the optimal transportation mode for you. So based on the volume and weight of your shipment, the experts at SDC will assist you in selecting the optimal transportation mode. This includes choosing the appropriate container sizes. Maybe you need only a 20-foot or a 40-foot, the type of container delivery. We offer container delivery services that can be delivered right to your home or near your house, depending on the logistics and the actual ability to get that container maybe in a driveway, or if you're in an apartment complex, maybe that's not possible, or depending where you are, that container can be delivered as close to your residence as possible. Everything packed right into the container from there, and then it moved from there to the port, or in some cases, if you're using air freight, to the airport. Then there's the packing. We have a professional team. I've mentioned this time and time again, but I think it's worth repeating that if things aren't packed properly, they will shift, they will move during the moving process. It doesn't make any difference whether you are moving from one side of town to another side of town. Things can be broken. And how much more when you're moving from one country to another, and we're talking about multiple trips on boats and planes and trucks and loading and unloading. Having a professional team of packers that take great care in packing your belongings can be critical because items prone to damage, they'll be placed in sturdy wooden crates. The entire load is secured with straps to prevent that moving and shifting. Fragile items receive additional protection through careful wrapping and the latest protective materials and packaging. You have the home to the port delivery. So we'll take care of the transportation of your goods from your home to the designated port. That will be smooth. That will be efficient. The arrangement of the loading and the unloading. We have a skilled team of people that handle the loading and unloading of your belongings, ensuring that it's properly handled and placed securely into containers. We have customs clearance. So from there is a comprehensive customs clearance service that's offered, including the handling of special cargo. So whether it's certain types of equipment or artwork, accessories, or items representing cultural heritage, whatever it is, we have the expertise to navigate the customs clearance process efficiently. Customs is really a funny thing. There are certain items that are just not permitted in countries. And if you just read the list of things that are not permitted, it actually seems ridiculous. Or some things are permitted, but only in smaller amounts. But just keep in mind, you're talking about another country with different customs and different ways of looking at things. Some things are just not allowed. And it's just one of those things that you have to recognize. And then finally, we have the port to door delivery on the other side. So after your shipment arrives at the destination port, then we will arrange for the transportation of your goods from the port to your new home, providing a complete door to door on both ends delivery service. So with SDC International Shipping, you can be confident in the smooth, safe transportation of your personal belongings. We adhere to the European quality standards and we provide that personalized approach for each of our clients. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and check out our website. You can get there by going to sdcinternationalshipping.com. You can check out, we have a moving blog there, moving tips, lots of information. It's updated each and every week. So that's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead, share it with a friend, and we will see you next week in next week's episode.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for listening. Whether you're relocating within the country or moving to the other side of the world, we're here to help from start to finish. Connect with us today at 888-779-3962. That's 888-779-3962.